Today, we'll dive into the secrets of beauty practices from indigenous women that left Spanish and English explorers in awe. Have you ever thought about how makeup rituals weren't exclusive to European women? Long before contact with the West, indigenous women had already mastered sophisticated techniques to enhance their beauty and express their cultural identity. Many of these ancestral practices have been rediscovered and are now adapted into modern treatments offered at spas and beauty centers. But what exactly surprised Europeans so much about these traditions? Stick with us to find out. Throughout history, the desire to enhance one's appearance has been present in every culture, no matter the location or era. Among indigenous tribes, natural pigments and oils extracted from local plants and animals played a key role. These weren't just aesthetic, they also served as protection against the sun or insects, and even as symbols of status or spiritual connection. Let's dive into this fascinating world of techniques and secrets that have endured through the centuries, shaping how we perceive beauty today. Subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. Ready to embark on this journey? Let's go. The appearance of indigenous women has always reflected their culture and economic conditions. Typically, they wore subtle makeup and simple accessories like earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and ankle rings. Colorful fabrics or ribbons complemented their look, adding a touch of identity. In more remote areas, it was common for them to cover their heads with a scarf. On special occasions, they adorned themselves with natural paints in ochre or yellow tones, and often went barefoot. Eduardo Merlo Juarez points out an interesting detail about the Mexica women known as huianime, or women of the happy life. They were the only ones who wore sandals, an accessory that at the time became a symbol associated with the world's oldest profession. In his accounts, Friar Bernardino de Sahagún described these women as especially meticulous about their appearance. Regular baths, scented hair adorned with flowers, and personal grooming were part of their routine, showcasing a remarkable attention to hygiene and aesthetics. Among Aztec women, enhancing skin color was an important part of their appearance. While their natural tone was darker or sun-kissed, the fashion of the time favored a yellowish hue. To achieve this look, they would rub their cheeks with yellow earth or apply a cream made with axin, a substance extracted from boiled and crushed insects. In addition to striving for the ideal tone, they also prioritized sun protection. Archaeological evidence points to the frequent use of cosmetics. Clay containers filled with plant and mineral-based pigments, as well as polychromatic representations, suggest that the habit of applying makeup to the face was a regular part of daily life for women in pre-Hispanic cultures. Observations made by Spaniards during the colonial period reveal the meticulous care some indigenous women, especially those accompanying young warriors, took with their appearance. Bernardino de Sahagún, a Franciscan missionary, described the use of colored powders to paint their faces, along with the application of shades like ochre yellow or bitumen. Their feet were treated with a mixture made from burned copal, incense, and dyes, while some women cut their hair to nose length and dyed it with dark clay, creating a striking contrast. Shine was enhanced using indigo, and even their teeth were stained with cochineal. Their hands and necks were adorned with intricate designs, completing an aesthetic that deeply impressed onlookers with its rich details. These descriptions, recorded in Spanish accounts, provide insight into the significance of body painting and how these practices were tied to social life, status, and cultural identity. Perfumes made from flowers, rosewater, and incense not only created a pleasant environment but also helped some women maintain an attractive scent. Additionally, they used a gum mixed with axin and bitumen to freshen their breath, completing their personal care routine. When it came to hair, Mexica women typically kept their hair long and dark, styling it along the hairline to create two small raised sections that resembled little horns. Meanwhile, the huianime, women known for living more freely, preferred to wear their hair loose and unbound. To darken their hair, some used clay or the sucuilitl plant, achieving a shade close to purple. These habits, however, weren't universally admired. Among the elders, there was disapproval and criticism, as seen in a Mexican codex depicting a father scolding his daughter. This scene, though distant in time, still resonates with many families today who grapple with debates over choices, behaviors, and appearances across generations. In certain rituals, men would paint their faces and bodies. though it's unclear if the Aztecs followed the practices of neighboring groups like the Otomis, who tattooed their arms and chest. According to Sahagun, during the 5th month of the year, children underwent chest incisions as a mark of their belonging to the community. When it came to men's hairstyles, there were distinct differences between those who served in the military and those who didn't. Men outside of military service kept their hair short, cut with a knife. Those in the army followed more specific rules based on their rank. From birth to the age of 9, their heads were completely shaved. At 10, they were allowed a small tuft of hair at the back of the neck, called the moco exfaltia. By 15, this hairstyle was given a new name, Quexpachicapol, and the hair grew longer. When a young man at this age captured an enemy, whether on his own or with help, his tuft of hair was cut off as a mark of his achievement. In return, he earned the right to grow a type of sideburn or mustache-like hair that extended along the right side of his head, covering his ear. As the number of enemy captures increased, they earned new ornaments, each symbolizing the significance of their accomplishments. As for footwear, it was rare and reserved for specific celebrations. Among the Mexica, reed sandals called patate sandals were worn on special occasions but would quickly wear out, reflecting how uncommon their use was in daily life. Archaeological excavations reveal that women of that time also varied in how they presented themselves, though at a different pace compared to today. Each artifact discovered shows the existence of diverse hairstyle styles, including intricate braids, loose hair, or simpler arrangements, but no evidence of short haircuts. In addition to hair care, body tattoos were a common practice, often featuring flowers or significant dates, such as the birth of a local leader. These findings also debunk the idea that indigenous peoples traded gold for mirrors with Europeans. On the contrary, they made their own mirrors using pyrite or obsidian to create polished surfaces, sometimes as large as 30 centimeters. These mirrors were mounted in wooden frames or hung with rope straps. Though they lacked the clarity of modern mirrors, they allowed women to groom themselves and care for their appearance. For styling their hair, they used combs made from bone, showcasing their creativity and the resourcefulness they applied to the materials available in their environment. The Maya had a fascinating and unique view of beauty, expressed through physical modifications that might seem surprising today. One remarkable example was cranial deformation, a process started in the earliest days of a baby's life. To shape the skull, newborns would have their heads pressed between boards or bands for weeks or even years, resulting in tall, flattened skulls. This shape was considered an aesthetic ideal and a symbol of status. Another distinctive feature was intentionally induced crossed eyes. The Maya believed that crossed eyes symbolized elegance and a connection to the divine. To achieve this, they would tie a small clay or wax bead around a baby's neck, suspending it in front of their eyes to encourage the ocular misalignment. Their beautification practices didn't stop at the head and eyes. The Maya elite also adorned their teeth. Priests would drill small holes in teeth to embed precious stones like quartz, jade, or jadeite. The stones were affixed with a special adhesive made from herbs, copal resin, crushed bones, and minerals. These dental decorations not only enhanced beauty, but also served as symbols of status and spirituality. In Maya society, noble women were known for their intricate hairstyles and impressive accessories, which reflected not only beauty, but also status and cultural identity. Their long hair was carefully braided into elaborate styles that required time and skill. One of the most striking features was how they highlighted their high foreheads, a trait accentuated by cranial deformation, a common practice among the Maya elite. To further emphasize this part of their face, they removed hair from their foreheads using techniques like shaving or burning, often creating geometric or straight lines that followed a well-defined aesthetic pattern. Accessories were another distinguishing factor. Their ears were adorned with earrings and plugs made from white ceramic, often decorated with designs inspired by flowers or animals. These pieces not only enhanced their appearance but also conveyed symbolism and sophistication. Hats were an essential element of noble attire. Carefully crafted with attention to detail, they completed the imposing look of these women and reinforced their role in the social hierarchy. While the nobility enjoyed a wide range of ornaments, the lower classes opted for simpler adornments, reflecting the social divide in Maya culture. In Maya culture, facial and body painting was a practice rich in symbolism, embraced by both men and women. They used paints made from precious minerals, with each design carrying specific meaning. While men favored black and red tones, women created more intricate patterns, often tied to religious rituals or fertility celebrations. For young people, body painting also held significant social meaning. Single individuals marked their status by covering their bodies with a mixture of charcoal and clay, a tradition abandoned only upon marriage, symbolizing their transition into a new phase of life. Although the upper classes had access to rare materials and more sophisticated details, people from lower social strata also found ways to express themselves. Facial paintings made with plant and mineral-based pigments were common, allowing even those with fewer resources to participate in these traditions. Beyond painting, scarification was a widespread practice among both men and women. Using heated obsidian knives, decorative scars were etched into the body, serving as symbols of identity and belonging. Another technique was stamping, where legs and torsos were decorated with patterns applied using ceramic stamps dipped in paint. In ancient times, women discovered a powerful ally in nature for skincare. One of their most valuable secrets was chaya, a plant known for its regenerative properties. Used primarily to revitalize dehydrated skin, chaya became an essential part of beauty rituals and is still used today in treatments offered at spas in the Maya region. Another indispensable resource was clay. Praised for its ability to remove toxins and rejuvenate the skin, it also served as a natural insect repellent, a true multitasker for ancient peoples. But perhaps the most remarkable ingredient was the bark of the Tepesco huite tree, known in Mexico as the skin tree. With proven antimicrobial, analgesic, and regenerative properties, it was especially effective in treating burns. Even today, its properties continue to be studied and incorporated into modern products. These practices not only highlight the deep connection ancient cultures had with nature, but also inspire us to explore simple and effective solutions. Did you enjoy learning about these traditions? Share your thoughts in the comments on how these practices can teach us about natural skincare today. We're excited to hear your opinions. See you next time.